Alright, how do I sharpen skis and wax? I'm going to try this as fast as I can so the video's short. I usually check the top surface. I'll take a file if there's any sharp edges, knock them down. Same with the back, make sure everything's smooth, round it over. It's okay to file this. Set it on the side. Clamp, rubber band, the brake, like so. Check your edges. This is a 2 degree on this edge. I mark them right on the edge here. I take a gummy stone first, hit the edge. It kind of takes the glaze off and any rust, so the file can cut. Like that, like so. Then I take my file if I need to. I usually file and then diamond stone. Sometimes if it's just a practice or something, I'll just hit it with the diamond, but I'll show you how the file works. Files are usually directional. I mark mine with an arrow. Put it in the file like so. I have a clamp. This is a 2 degree winning edge guide. File goes in like this. Always tip to tail on files. And it's small strokes first. And then I may do that 2 to 3 times. And then on the last stroke, I'll make one full smooth stroke. Okay, and I'll pull out the file, and I'll start through the stone process. I have coarse, medium, fine, super fine. For practice, I'm just going to take it to a medium. For races, races on a slalom skis, I'll go to a fine. On a GS skis, I'll go super fine. You can go bi-directional on the stones. I just hold these because this is roll light. I just hold it with my hand. Back and forth, back and forth. Apply the brakes. And then one more stroke. And after that, always have a file cloth. Make sure you have file cloth is different from your wax cloth, so you don't want any filings to get in the base. And I always take I forget what this is. It's like a super fine sharpening stone. I just hit the base almost flat, just working here, hitting that edge just to take off any sort of burr. And just work my way up. And then that's it for filing. Once I get both edges done, I'll flip it over. I'll make my first wipe to get all the files off with the file cloth. Alright, then I'll move up to my wax cloth. I'll take a hit at it like this. Make sure all the filings are off. And I always prep the base. I'll take a brass brush, hit it really good. Work my way down, help get any crud out of there. And contaminants, fix it up. Work my way down, sometimes a couple times, depending on what it looks like. And then I take these lint-free paper towels that you can get just about anywhere. You can buy expensive ones. I take a wipe at it. I'll get all the contaminants off. And next I move on to waxing. And I'll kick the video back up then. One more thing to note before I move on. I never file the bases. This is the base edge. I always just do the side edge. Sometimes when we get new skis or the ground, I'll go and set the edge, usually around a ½ degree for my kid. The problem is if you file on these bases over and over and over, you're going to change that degree, and you can't go back. The only way to go back is to go get the whole ski stone ground again. So I typically set the base and then never touch it again. This tool right here, to take that burr off, it won't file any metal off. All it'll remove is like any sort of fine burr. So you really just kind of tip it in ½ degree and hitting it. That's all that does. So I would try to stay off the base edges. Alright, waxing. So iron's heating up, let it heat up for a while so the base is nice and even. As far as wax selection, typically go with the temp, so things that change it. If you're going to lean one way or another, go to a colder wax. If it's say 32 degrees but brand new snow, it's going to be sharp snow. So I would bump up to like a 24, 25 degree wax or whatever it is. Or if it's man-made snow, it's going to be a little harder and sharper and icier. I'll go up to a harder wax. So in this case, he's skiing Saturday, it's supposed to be 32, but it's also supposed to snow up until that point. So instead of going with the 8, I'm going to go with the 7. And it's still practice season, so I'm going to use just a performance series, a cheaper series of wax and not the high speed wax. And this is how I apply it. Everyone has a different way to do it. Make sure your clamp is not clamped to your ski, because your ski, when you heat it, is actually going to want to bend, so it's good to let it go naturally. And whatever you do when you're waxing, never sit on the same spot. Keep your iron moving. Heat will actually destroy the resins and the glues and the bonds that go on in your ski, your laminated ski, so less heat the better. So I just go ahead and don't touch the ski, but drip my way down. Like so. Tip to tail. I'll just kind of spread it really quick just to get a little bit of spread. And after I get the spread, I'll go ahead and take one swipe at it. If your iron is smoking, it's too hot. Alright, now take one swipe. Nice pressure watch behind it. You want the wax drying about 2 to 3 inches behind it, so you can adjust your speed accordingly. Of course, I have it up there, but it's pretty much waxing. I always have a wax rag in my pocket. I just wipe it clean between each wax. Wipe the base, stick it in there. I take my file. It's got little grooved edges. While it's warm, I'll put that little groove on the edge and just get the wax off the steel sharpened edge. Because there's a little bevel there, when you scrape later, it won't actually hit that bevel, so I just get that off now. Let the ski dry for about 15 minutes at least. The longer the better there to let it soak into the base. So I will let those dry, and I'll show you how to scrape and brush. The weird thing about scraping that I never really understood, you actually take all the wax off you just put on. The only wax that remains is the wax that you can't get out of the inside of the grain of the base. The structure, I guess. So clamp it down. Scrape it, it's wider than your ski, and the trick is to keep it sharp. So I have a little file, Swix file thing that you run scrape it through. If you don't have one, you can use sandpaper and try to hold it straight, or another file and try to hold it straight. But you gotta keep the edges sharp. And what I do is take a few swipes and tip the tail. And again, this is tip to tail scraping, I always tip to tail. Alright, and then what I'll start doing is just working from the tip up, and I'll just take small strokes. Kind of get the slide, dry down. There's just not much coming off anymore. You also see a lot of, this is where all the dirt, contaminants start getting pulled out. This is why wax, look at all that dirt and snow that skis pick up. Alright, now that I have that off, the wax, it's brush time. There's a couple ways to brush. If you don't have a roto tool, you're going to use hand brushes. If you're using hand brushes, what I use is I have a combo nylon copper, and then I have just a nylon finisher. And pretty much what I do is half. I take 5 swipes, and then I do 5 swipes all the way. Again, just trying to basically get the wax off. And you should be able to look at it, see a nice even surface, and not like, you should be able to see the structure going all the way through, and not the structure and then a wax, high wax area in the structure. If you see your structure changing shades, it's probably because there's wax there. I like that, and then I repeat with the nylon to finish it off. If you have a roto brush, which is really nice, the way I do is I go tail to tip, but the brush is rotating towards the tail. And what that'll do is push the wax off and leave the dust behind the roto brush, instead of going the other way where you're actually kicking dust up and then kind of polishing it back into the ski. Usually go 2 swipes. Like so. And then I do the same with the nylon finisher. I actually typically use the lint-free rag for this, wiping between. It's kind of your final stage. Like so. Now you should have a very fast ski.
So I hope you found this waxing and sharpening video educational and informative. If not, here's a couple wieners to look at. Bye.